Yeah, man. Sup, my purples? Welcome to the black hole. My name is Blessed Beats. What if I told you you can make a instrument out of anything? It's true. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let us go into sampling and make sure we're getting some input right there that looks mighty fine. That looks perfect. All right. I'm not even gonna think here. I'm gonna press start. No, wait. Matter of fact, let's step one page to the right here and set the recording mode to detect, so it starts recording instantly and we don't have to actually trigger a sequence for it to start recording. Now that doesn't sound very nice, but you know, I believe that you can polish a turd. Well, not always, but we're gonna do our best here. All right. This is going to be a challenge, but here's the first thing here. If you have one consistent tone like this, well, this tone is not very straight and consistent, but if you do, one of the most fun things, one of the most basic sampler features really from back in the day, all the old Akai samplers, they have this function, the Sonics, you name it. Go into slice, and one page to the right, no, two pages to the right, no, matter of fact, don't even go to slice at all. Go to zone. I'm joking you there. One page to the right and set loop active to on. Now this is our loop region. Let me just show you in practice. That's what happens when the sound reaches the loop region right here. You guessed it, it starts looping. We can add some crossfade to it to smoothen out the edges. If you're listening carefully to this now, the tone is not consistent. It's bending, it's going up and down, and mostly down. It's going down. I want to find a part in here that has a straight tone instead. And maybe change the start point. It sounds rather rough here. You can use the ADSR settings on your sampler to shape the sound a little bit. Let's push up the attack. And then of course you can begin to add a whole variance of effects on it. Some ice with the output mix set to 100 so we don't hear the original signal at all. And a chorus on it. And we've already disguised it. We've made it sound like something different than my ugly voice here. We can play chords with it. Bring up a chord set. Amazing, isn't it? Now, if you want this to make sense with the other sounds that you have in there, you might want to tune this to a key that makes more sense. Maybe a C. So what you can do is load up another sound. And we know that's a C, so before we start recording anything with our own masterfully crafted sound, we can just tune this to be a C2. We need to go down here. And it's a little bit too high in tune. So we'll hold shift and fine tune it down a little bit more. Magnificent. Let's add some drums to it quickly, and then I'm going to show you number 2 method of making your own sounds. That's even more exciting. Here is something exciting. Let's record another sound. If you're familiar with synthesizers, or wavetable synthesis, you know that an oscillator generates a sound. For example, a sine wave like this. The cool thing is, you zoom in close enough on any sound, you can take that core component and make an oscillator out of it. So let's go into edit mode right here and pick any random section. It doesn't really matter, we can always play around and zoom in. And find a wave cycle here. Now the only thing to think about here, we can get as granular as we want. We can get really close and zoom in very much. But the main thing to think about if you want to make a nice sound is that you want to make the cycle complete. So have a look at the beginning of the sound right here. It reaches the 0 crossing the point right here in the middle, and it goes down. Sound waves always go up and down. With this straight line as a center point, you know what I'm saying? So if it goes down first thing, you want to make sure your end point goes up. So it ties in nicely together. Now let's do the same thing and go into zone. Step 1 page to the right. Turn loop on to be active. And there we have a tone. A noisy tone, but a tone nonetheless. Now see, this sound is so short that you barely even hear it when we're not looping it. But when we're looping it over and over and over, and it's so short, just a couple wave cycles, and we repeat it over and over and over, we get a tone from it. I want a part that's a little bit louder because that's pretty much just noise. So I'm going to go back into edit mode. You'll also notice that the shorter the sound is, the higher the pitch is. Then we can use all of our sampler settings right here. Let's set it to legato, for example. Let's tune that to an A as well. Close enough. And then we can add a filter to it, for example. or something else, maybe a compressor to push the volume up a little bit. Metaverb with a very small room size. And now we might want to add some vibrato to this, some more things to animate it and make it come to life. Just like we talked about in another chapter of the Maschine Noobs Mastery School. Step to the right over here. Set the mod wheel destination to affect the LFO depth to 100%, and then put the destination of the LFO to something like that. Turn on, no, the mod wheel. Turn up the speed maybe. Yeah, you get the idea of it, right? You can have some very fun with this technique right about around here. My sounds turned out pretty shitty, but you can make some amazing sounds experimenting like this and just having fun, getting lost in the sound design moment of the fun, you know what I'm saying? This here video is a lecture from my online course, Maschine Noobs Mastery School, which you can get yourself. It's more than 5 hours of splendid course material covering the Maschine Plus and the Mark III from the ground up. Even if you're a complete noob, once you're done with that course, you're not going to know what to ask anymore. You know what I'm saying? I did it to cover everything pretty much. So if you enjoyed this video right here, you know what I'm saying? Check them out. I got the link in the description below. It is cheap. It is good. It is magnificent. I promise you will not be disappointed. Check them out. Okay, bye-bye.